Hi, my name is Bob Hill, and I'm the president of the Church of Scientology, Mission of Riverdale, at 308 Broadview Avenue in Toronto. This is our 11th Sunday service during the coronavirus restrictions. We're preparing to open our churches, which should be very shortly. But in the meantime, we'll continue to bring you Sunday service on the internet. The topic of today's sermon is the importance of truth in relationships. Scientology is a practical religion. It teaches a person how to know. That's what the word means, knowing how to know. Understanding words makes it possible to learn and survive. So I'll explain some of the words I use as I go along. In the book, The Way to Happiness, the founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, explains the importance of trust in chapter 14, Be Worthy of Trust. Trust means confidence in the reliability of a person. When you are worthy of trust and deserve to have people believe in you, then you have it. Okay? Good. Have you ever felt unsure about a friend being there when you need them? Have you ever felt unsure if you can defend or depend on a partner, instructor, or co-worker? What is it like when someone does not trust you? Unless one can have confidence in the reliability of those about one, he himself is at risk. When those he counts upon let him down, his own life can become disordered, and even his own survival can be put at risk. An example is this. Money problems can really make a mess of relationships. For example, if you're counting on one partner to have money for the rent, and he throws it away on gambling or goes out shopping, you kind of lose your trust in that guy because he was supposed to cover the rent for you. Mutual trust is the firmest building block in human relationships. Without it, the whole structure comes down. An example of that was, or is, a wife asks a husband to pick up a child at daycare and he forgets. It's not uncommon. The child is stranded and upset. The wife becomes upset. The daycare staff become upset, and it just goes in a domino effect from there. A worker is counting on a co-worker to hold part of a load, and he doesn't. What happens? In construction, people can get injured when things like that happen. There are ways to build trust in your relationships. There's more to come on that, but first, I'm going to read to you the Creed of the Church of Scientology. Okay? Good stuff. We of the church believe that all men of whatever race, color, or creed were created with equal rights. That all men have inalienable rights to their own religious practices and their performance. That all men have inalienable rights to their own lives. That all men have inalienable rights to their sanity. That all men have inalienable rights to their own defense. That all men have inalienable rights to conceive, choose, assist, or support their own organizations, churches, and governments. That all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions, and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others. That all men have inalienable rights to the creation of their own kind. That the souls of men have the rights of men. That the study of the mind and the healing of mentally caused ills should not be alienated from religion or condoned in non-religious fields. And that no agency less than God has the power to suspend or set aside these rights overtly or covertly. And we of the church believe that man is basically good, that he is seeking to survive, that his survival depends upon himself and upon his fellows and his attainment of brotherhood with the universe. And we of the church believe that the laws of God forbid man to destroy his own kind, to destroy the sanity of another, to destroy or enslave another's soul, to destroy or reduce the survival of one's companions or one's group. And we of the church believe that the spirit can be saved, and that the spirit alone may save or heal the body. Very good. We'll continue on with our precept. How can you be worthy of trust in your relationship? One way is to keep your word once given. When one gives an assurance or a promise, or makes a sworn intention, one must make it come true. If one says he's going to do something, he should do it. If he says he's going to do something, if he says he's not going to do something, he should not do it. One's regard for another, how he sees them, is based in no small degree on whether or not the person keeps his or her word. Look in your life at how you felt about people that kept promises, and look at those who did not. Even parents, for instance, would be surprised on the extent they drop in the opinion of their children when a promise is not kept. People who keep their word are trusted and admired. People who do not are regarded like garbage, something we all don't need to have. Those who break their word often never get another chance. A person who does not keep his word can find himself entangled and trapped in all manner of guarantees and restrictions, and can even find himself shut off from normal relations with others. One should never permit another to give his or her word lightly, with a non-caring, insincere attitude when they don't really mean to do the action. Anyone should insist that when a promise is made, it must be kept. So, there are two parts to improving relationships in regarding to trust. You have to make sure when you make a promise, you keep it. Got it? Thank you. And you have to make sure those around you keep their promises. That's a toughie, but you can do it. You all want to be happy, I'm sure. To achieve your goals, I'm sure you want to do that, and to have great relationships. Right? Right. The way to happiness is much easier to travel with people one can trust. Do you agree with me on that? Very good. I agree with you on it too. I'm going to now read to you the prayer for total freedom. May the author of the universe enable all men to reach an understanding of their spiritual nature. May awareness and understanding of life expand so that all may come to know the author of the universe. And may others also reach this understanding, which brings total freedom. At this time, we think of those whose liberty is threatened, of those who have suffered imprisonment for their beliefs, of those who are enslaved or martyred, and for all those who are brutalized, trapped, or attacked. We pray that human rights will be preserved, so that all people may believe and worship freely, so that freedom will once again be seen in our land. Freedom from war and poverty and want, freedom to be, freedom to do, and freedom to have. Freedom to use and understand man's potential, a potential that is God-given and God-like. And freedom to achieve that understanding and awareness that is total freedom. May God let it be so. Very good. If you have questions or would like someone to talk to, you can reach us at 416-792-1889, or you can email us, which will be shown on that screen. And we also have copies of The Way to Happiness and free booklets on how to stay well available online. In summary, be worthy of trust and create great, stable relationships with others. Okay? Join us next Sunday for more ways to help you improve and handle your lives in this extraordinary and challenging time. Thank you.